Hello, everyone. It's me. I'm not dead. That is not dead, which can eternally lie. And with strange eons, even I might start streaming and speaking to you guys again. So, I'm going to not waffle on too much because this is already difficult enough as it is. I have been absent for quite a while. I think maybe over a month now. And the first thing I want to get off the bat right at the start is massive apologies to everyone. I should have been updating you guys more. I should have been keeping in contact with you guys through Discord and things like that and my social media. I know this, and I have known it through all the time that I've been away. But as I'm going to state in a minute, there's been problems with that. But regardless of it, it's my problems. It's my fault. It's nothing to do with you guys. So that's why I feel it prudent to put a big apology right at the front to everyone for this massive hiatus and silence on my part. Especially the silence. The hiatus wouldn't have been so much of a problem. You guys are pretty cool and would have respected that as you have done in the past. But I have been extremely silent on this matter, and that's out of order. And I apologise for that. To wit, the second part I want to go on about at the moment is updating you guys, actually filling you guys in about what's been going on. My life at the moment, it's different to what it was before. Slight differences, minor points. I am working less hours at my job theoretically, which technically would have meant that I would be streaming a lot more. Looks good for the future. I'll say that. That's a nice bright note. But I have been thinking about changing jobs and whatnot. Again, this has been complicated by a further issue. As a bunch of you know, or have intuited, I am extremely depressed. I have been for many months. Many months isn't to say last year. I've been depressed for longer than that, but it's really started affecting my life a lot and my output in general in life a lot since the end of last year. And it really hit a low point. I mean a real low point in the last month or two. To the point where I finally realised and admitted to myself that this is a major problem. And I went to get help. I went to the doctor, or in this case a nurse, who was very nice, and told her everything that was going on. And she agreed that it sounded like I have some serious problems with depression. I was put on medication for a time. I need to go back and organise with her whether to go back on this medication or not. I was referred to self-guided therapy, which infuriatingly, which did not help my state of mind. I was told I was in a very long waiting list and I would not be receiving any help whatsoever from the NHS, apart from drug prescriptions and whatnot that I would have to organise with my nurse/doctor. So no therapy whatsoever unless I'm willing to pay for it, which is fantastic. But that's been the main thing that's been keeping me from doing anything. And it wouldn't have been so bad if I was just stopping streaming. But the problem with depression is you want to withdraw from everything. I've not been getting in touch with friends and so on as much as I would have liked. I've not been playing games, video games even. I love video games. I have for the majority of my, in fact the entirety of my adult life, because I started when I was a kid. And even video games have lost some of their appeal. It's very weird. Anyone who's had depression will be able to tell you that you start to lose love for things that you are extremely passionate about. It's very on and off. Some days you can totally sit down and really get into reading or music or whatever it is that is your jam. And other days, it's just, what's the point? What is the point? And that's kind of how I've been. And it is crippling. It's awful. And I'm trying bit by bit, day by day, to deal with it, because it is a daily struggle. It's not something that I'll ever be able to, I don't know if I'll ever be able to completely conquer, as it were. But that's my problem. And I need to figure out ways to keep myself going and motivated. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Speaking of, going forward is the next bit I want to talk about. Point number 3. That is what I'm going to be doing streaming wise and content wise. And I do want to stream. I have been this is another thing about the depression. I've not wanted to play video games. I have wanted to play video games, but when it comes down to it, the depression just kind of forces that right down, and it just trips you up and holds you down and finds ways to make you not want to do anything at all. I've found days where I've just been in a complete fugue state, where I've barely been able to communicate with people. It's made work extremely hard because I still need to work, still need to earn money. So I need to pour a lot of my energy and social energy into work to be able to keep making money. But once I'm out of work, do I want to do anything involving other people? Charlotte excluded, of course. No. Sometimes I just don't. Sometimes I just don't want to be around people. I like speaking to more than 1 or 2 friends at a time is overwhelming to me, and that's hard. And that's what I need to overcome in the future going forward with streaming. I'm going to try and dip my foot in tentatively. There are several things I want to keep streaming, especially with the Dark Souls 2 stream. I was really enjoying that before this whole thing started really spiraling downwards. So I will be trying to stream again. Can I give you dates and times and a regular schedule? No, I can't, because depression doesn't work on a schedule, and my work doesn't work on a schedule either. It's not a fixed one anyway. So that's difficult. That is extremely difficult. But I am trying. And good news, actually, speaking of very, very close future, is I have 2 weeks holiday coming up in about a week's time from when I release this, or maybe half a week's time. I've got 2 more days of work. I've got tomorrow, and I got 2 more days of work from when I release this. If I release this today, when I'm recording it, and then I've got 2 weeks off. Some of that time I'll be going down for a long weekend with Charlotte to Edinburgh, but the rest of that time is my own. I have no other obligations, which means theoretically I should be able to try and build myself up to stream. It'll be difficult. The streams might be short, and they might not be the structured kind of like games that I have been playing before. Kingdom Come Deliverance is one, and there's a couple others that can't come to mind right now because I'm hungry and I haven't had lunch yet. So trying to think on an empty stomach's difficult. But my point is, when I start streaming again, it may not be the games that I was playing before. Dark Souls 2 is definitely happening. I definitely want to finish that. That is what I'm very passionate about. And I might want to start playing Dark Souls 1, the remaster, maybe. I don't know. I haven't bought it yet. But my streams will be a bit more sporadic in content-wise. I will be focusing on playing games that I just feel like playing. It's not going to be as structured as I used to like it. It's not going to be as planned. If that is a massive turn-off for anyone, I apologise again. But I think a lot of this, dealing with the depression and whatnot, I think a lot of the streaming stuff is going to have to be ad hoc now. It's going to have to be on the go, what I feel like playing at the time. And then once I've gotten used to that and gotten back into the habit of streaming again, then I can maybe build up on structured, right, I want to play this game and complete it, and pick a couple of games at a time that I want to play and stream. But other than Dark Souls 2 that I want to try and regularly play and try and complete, I don't know. I can't promise structured content anymore. A shame, because I kind of liked doing it that way. So at least it meant that you guys and girls know what I'm doing. But anyway, that's what's going forward. I've got other plans going forward as well. I want to diddle around with some other things. I'm going to be in talks with someone about getting some emotes done. I'm going to be thinking about maybe releasing audio books, as it were, of like some of my favorite Lovecraft stories, because I'm a massive Lovecraft fan. If Cthulhu and other shit like that didn't fucking tip it off for you. But that's going to take time. It'll just be a passion project of mine. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about going forward. The next thing I wanted to talk about is probably a question that some of you are asking already, especially with regards to the depression and whatnot. What can I do to help you, Dex? Some of you have already asked that. Some of you have been very, very, very helpful in this kind of silence, that you've been kind of very supportive, and some of you probably don't even realize you're doing it. You know, there's just still being there, not unsubscribing and stuff. That's a massive help. Like, just I've lost some followers, sorry, using the YouTube vernacular instead of the Twitch vernacular. Have unfollowed. Some people have unfollowed. I don't blame them, quite frankly. I've not been making content, so why follow me? But yeah, how you guys can help. That's a tricky question, and there's not a lot you can really do. It's my fight. There's not a lot Charlotte can do apart from be there for me and be supportive, and that's really the crux of it. Is if you wanted to do one thing to help me out, that would be do what you've been doing this whole time. Show up to my streams if you can. Obviously, no obligations. There's never any obligation to show up to all of my streams. That's crazy. That would be crazy. I'm not going to hold a gun to your head on that one. But just your regular schedule of showing up to my streams whenever you see me streaming something you're interested in, and just being there and having a friendly chat and just hanging out, chilling like a villain. That's the main thing you can really do. And being patient. You guys have been exceptionally patient. If you can keep doing that, that would be a massive help. That's the only things you can really do to help. There's not a lot of with the way that I am talking a lot. Like, I know some people will want to like send me private, like personal, PM me and stuff like that, asking how am I doing, how's everything going, and what, trying to get updates out of me that way, and trying to in a friendly manner. Like, I'm not the kind of person that will just like divulge stuff like that over private messages on a regular basis. It makes me feel harassed. I know that's not what you're intending, but that's how it just makes me feel. That's just my head, my brain chemistry talking. But just the stuff on, like, even just speaking and hanging out and wishing me well on the general channel of my Discord, it's been really nice and really kind of comforting. Knowing that you guys are still thinking about me, that's the main way that you can really help. I kind of want to wrap this up because I've already gone along too long. Anyway, to wrap it up, thank yous and apologies. Thank you to everyone who's still following me and subscribing to me. Thank you for everyone who has shown concern and wished me well and is, been thinking about me. And apologies again for the lack of, for the lack of content, but also for the lack of transparency and the lack of talking to you guys and updates about what's going on. Can I promise there'll be more regular updates as to what's going on? I don't know, because when depression is really bad, I don't want to talk to people about it. This is already really uncomfortable for me, and it's very difficult. Doing it by text on Discord and updating you guys is quite difficult. Admitting that there is a problem is difficult. It is constantly a battle every day, and it's a roll of the dice in the morning and just in the hours through the day how I'm going to be feeling about myself and about life. and everything, because the depression has gotten very bad. I'm gonna level with you, to the point of me being suicidal at times. This is some serious level depression. But when I can give you updates, I will try, and when I can stream, I will try as well. It's all trial and error at this point, and just trying to stick it out. And if you guys can just be, even if you're silent and so on, and you're just sticking with me and waiting until I am streaming, and then you show up, say hi, chat around with me and so on like you normally do, that would be great. And I thank you guys for that, for being patient, for being understanding, and I apologize once more for this hiatus. So that's going to be all from me. What do you think, Little Cthulhu? Is that everything? Yeah? I think he thinks it's everything. Right, so from Little Cthulhu and from myself, I'll hopefully see you and everyone else soon. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm feeling a bit better recently. This is why I'm doing this video. So hopefully I can start streaming in that again. Until then, take care of yourselves, keep being awesome, and I will see you guys next time. Praise be!